All right, I'm here with Vergil Ortiz Jr., one of Golden Boy's rising stars, one of boxing's rising stars, 16-0, 16 knockouts, fighting Maurice Mighty Mo Hooker, 27-1-3, 18 knockouts this Saturday night at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. How you doing, Vergil?
I'm pretty good. How about you, man?
I'm doing well, doing well. Good to see you. Let's start there. When you hear you're one of boxing's rising stars, how does that make you feel, and does that put added pressure on you?
It makes me feel very proud. It's been a long road to get here. Ever since I was 5 years old. Training every day, going after school to the gym, going to all these tournaments, and just to see where I am now. And it makes me feel very proud of myself to be told that about myself. And what was the other question? I forgot it already.
Well, no, it's just, do you feel added pressure, being anointed as one of boxing's next
Yeah,
great fighters?
yeah, no, not at all, not at all. It makes me feel like everyone has high expectations. They have high expectations for a reason, and that makes me feel good about myself that they think that I'm capable of those expectations.
Awesome. Let me ask you, so you've been out in California, Riverside at the Robert Boxing Academy with Robert Garcia and your dad, Vergil Ortiz Sr. How's camp been going for you? The last time we spoke, middle of the summer at one of your mural paintings, it was kind of unknown, and now you're getting ready for the biggest fight of your life. How's camp?
Camp is really good. We got in some good sparring. We were sparring almost every day. Good work on the mitts. We do some great mitts. Me, my dad, and Coach Hector. And I mean, other than that, yeah, it's camp has been great.
Now, before that, as I mentioned, when I saw you in the summer with COVID going on, there was a lot of unknowns. You didn't know when your next fight was. How excited are you to be coming back to Dallas, Fort Worth, fighting in your hometown against another Dallas guy in Maurice Hooker?
I'm really excited. This is going to be one for the books. Two top Dallas fighters in boxing today. Just in boxing's most exciting welterweight class. Um, it's going to be a good fight, and I know that the whole Metroplex is going to be there. We have fans there. Both of us have fans there. We got a good card going on. It's going to be a good night of boxing.
Now, I know your favorite fighter is Jose Ramirez, also your stablemate, fought Maurice Hooker in Arlington I think maybe 2 years ago, and knocked him out in a firefight, basically, which had Fight of the Year candidate written all over it. Have you talked to Jose about that fight and Maurice's style, or do you guys even talk about it?
We haven't talked about it, and I mean that's mostly because he's me and Jose are two different fighters. What might work for him might not work for me. Also, Maurice is most likely gonna learn from that loss. He's not gonna fight the same way twice. So I mean, it's safe to say that what worked for Jose is probably not gonna work again this time. So we're gonna have to go about it our way.
Are you expecting Maurice to maybe try to stay on the outside? He's obviously a tall, lanky guy with a long reach. Do you expect him to try to box you instead of testing your power and coming at you?
Yeah, I think that he's gonna want to box me, and I'm sure that if I get him one or two good times, he's gonna want to try to get it back, and I think that's when it's gonna turn into a firefight.
So I spoke to Mo a few weeks back in preparation for this fight as well. And I think it's very courageous of him taking this fight because you're pretty much the most avoided guy going out there right now, especially at 147. He said he did see some flaws in your game that he plans to exploit. What concerns does he bring to the table, if any?
I mean, he has a long reach. He has a long reach. He's that's about it that I can think of right now. But that's probably the most significant one right there that I can think of. He has a long reach. He's still in his prime. He's 31 years old. That's pretty much it. Yeah.
And is this the step up fight you were looking for, Vergil? I know you're young, you're hungry. you want to test yourself against the best. Is Mo Hooker the guy for you right now, the best guy going?
Yeah, I think that this is a very good step up fight for me, and I feel I wanted this fight back at 140. I didn't get it. I'm getting it at 147 now. That's what matters. But yeah, I'm happy getting this fight.
And how do you see this fight playing out?
I really couldn't tell you. We're just gonna have to wait till Saturday.
Okay, you got 16 knockouts and 16 wins. That's all you know is knockouts. Is that, I mean, do you hope to get another knockout? Do you even plan for it, or you just kind of let the fight dictate that?
Well, of course, I would love to get the knockout. Everyone who goes into a boxing match wants to get the knockout. That's the best way you can win. As for me, everyone thinks that keeping my knockout streak is puts pressure on me and all that stuff. I mean, it doesn't. I just there's been fights in the amateurs where I got the knockout, but I didn't look so good. There was fights where I went to the decision and I looked way better. So it's just a matter of if I win and I do it in a spectacular fashion. If I look good winning.
Now, you obviously have your dad in your corner, been with you since day one. Robert Garcia, Hector, you have a great corner, great team with Robert Garcia and all the folks there with Mikey and Jose, etc. Mo Hooker now has aligned himself with Brian McIntyre, Bomac, Terrence Crawford, and that team, another one of the best teams in boxing. Do you see the corners coming into play in this fight, maybe between round strategies, or how much impact do you see the corners playing?
You were kind of cutting out. Can you say the last part again?
Yeah, I was asking about being trained by your dad and Robert and Hector, and now Mo Hooker is with Brian Bomac and Terrence Crawford and his team. How much impact do you see the trainers, the corners playing in the fight, maybe between rounds? Were you able
Sorry,
to
the
get
internet
that?
connection is really bad.
Can you hear me?
I think I get the question. Let's see. Yeah, I can.
I was just asking if you think the trainers will
So,
play an impact in the fight.
So I definitely have a great corner behind me, especially with we got Robert and we got my dad and we got Hector Beltran. That's best corner I can ask for, especially with my dad in my corner. He has Maurice Hooker has a new trainer behind him who trains Crawford, and that's a good addition to his corner. And yeah, I mean the trainers could be a big part, and it's we're just gonna have to wait and see on Saturday. But yeah, I do believe that the trainers will be a big impact on the fight.
And we'll wrap it up here, Vergil. I appreciate the time. Jeff Zimmerman with FightNews.com. Now, you obviously are young, you're hungry, you want to crack at the guys at the top. If everything goes as planned for you Saturday night, are you hoping for a world title shot sometime this year?
Yeah, that's the plan. I've been training my whole life for that opportunity, and hopefully I get the win over this, and it opens up a lot more doors for me.
And who would you like to fight after this?
I mean, anyone, honestly, whoever gives me the opportunity. That's what I'm hoping for at this point. Just someone to step up and give it to me, the opportunity.
Do you feel avoided as a fighter at this point in your career?
Sometimes I do. I understand it's a business, but it's going to come to a point where they have no choice but to fight me.
Awesome. Well, Vergil, again, I appreciate the time. Vergil Ortiz Jr, 16-0, 16 knockouts, fighting Maurice Hooker, 27-1-3, 18 knockouts. This Saturday night at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, Texas. It's a homecoming fight for both guys. It will be shown live on DAZN. One of the fastest rising stars in all of boxing, Vergil Ortiz Jr. I appreciate the time and good luck Saturday night.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, we'll see you then.
Okay.
Thanks.
See you soon.